Hello, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Manifest Wisely. Please do like the video, consider subscribing. Sorry, I might have to make this incense. Um, I have my tea ready. I hope you have something. Oh my tea is not very hot. Sorry. So, you know what? Although this is a pre-record, so I'm gonna go warm it up real quick. Pausing. All right, I am back, and as you can see, my tea is now very warm indeed. Okay, so these are some of the messages I need to go over tonight with you guys. The title of this video is going to be They Want You Under a Spell, okay? And that spell being that it's going to take act, some extraordinary act to wake you up out of this book report status. Okay. So if you've ever seen that movie when he's like, "Here, Biff, I got it for you right away, blah, blah, blah," right? And by the end of the movie, George is writing his own novel, right? And the tables turn a little bit, right? So yeah. Um, Also what was coming out was their the movie Quiet Place, okay? But also that song, There's a Sound Hush All Over the World. It's an oldies type tune, but it's a very like happy kind of song. So that was coming through in the channeling, okay? Also, part of this, they wanted you under the spell is because for some of you, they have been cheating with their friends. Now, that could mean multiple things, just cheating in life in general. My experience, literally, an open book, open note test at a university that I was attending. Okay. And somebody I was kind of like seeing at the time a little bit, you know. As soon as the professor's back was turned, all these people were just like standing up, walking around, going talking to the like, what is going? All of a sudden, it turned into their little group projects, and it was just so disappointing. You know what I mean? And especially because the professor let us do not only open book but also bring our own notes. So, this was like if you got an 80 on his test, that was like a high score because he was like purposely very challenging, so there was a curve, but then, all these people cheating, it threw off the curve, right? So, that's where it's cheating, right? And it's just like, so for some of you, whatever this is, it's like you're not looking at people in the same way, right? You're not looking at somebody as like, oh yeah, I'll help you with that. You're looking at them like, no, you're cheating by me doing this for you or enabling this behavior or me even wanting to hang out with you and act like you're still cool. And because you're not. In fact, you're kind of a loser, right? And maybe that's why I needed to break up with you long before I ever did. Right? You might be telling this person that. So this might come out and I am going to pull some cards. Okay. So I'm definitely going to do some tarot for you guys. Okay. This is why I had to write all this down. It was kind of all this down, it's like, my internet's been spotty too. So it's just, I've done some lives previously that have like cut off like 30 minutes of the message. And you guys, I cannot remember all this stuff. So, instead of doing that, we're just gonna do it the safe way. Okay. Anyway, it'll save me from dealing with the trolls as the live rolls by anyway, because I don't have moderators like some folks do. Maybe someday a girl can dream, right? If there's any volunteers out there. Although I do have some folks that touch in from time to time to say hello, and I do appreciate that. You know what I mean? They're kind of they're, keeping the peace with that. All right. Also collective, a lot of people want to put on airs. And, the thing is, like me personally, I've sat in rooms, like literally sat next to CEOs. arm's length. Okay. They're regular people, right? I've also, worked on a farm before, right? I've even detasseled corn before, okay, with probably some migrants or something. Because sometimes, yeah, although I was a teenager, but there wasn't a bunch of adults signing up to do that job. It's very hard work. Um, seasonal labor is a thing, right? Even, holiday wise. But you know, um, just saying like nobody's like really above. You know what I mean? Like I always just think of that like show Undercover Boss. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, there's some people there that probably shouldn't be working there. They just don't have I don't know if they'd be happy anywhere. You know what I mean? But there's some people it's just like they have a good attitude about life. You know what I mean? And they're trying to, better themselves. They have goals. You know what I mean? Those things are important. You know what I mean? That's what helps, keep you going too. You know what I mean? And so people don't get into these, codependent, toxic things that are so dependent on other people and what other people have going on. Have something going on for yourself, right? Okay. Also, yeah. So also they kind of thought you were deaf and dumb. Mm-hmm. And what was coming through with that is the movie, but I've read the book also. The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, but there is a movie version that came out like in the 70s. Alan, gosh, I cannot remember his name now. I think he happened to have passed, but it was when he was a lot younger. But he plays a deaf mute. And it's like, okay, just because people don't say things doesn't mean they're unintelligent, right? And the whole dumb thing used to be a thing for people that didn't want to speak, right? And I say want to speak because let's face it, some situations we have to hold our tongues, right? And some of it's so that we can just let karma go ahead and take, you know what I mean? Some people need to learn by not us being the ones that being always tongue, right? So anyway, so if you are feeling, kind of that vibe as well. And then, so that quiet place, that's interesting in terms of movies. I don't know if I mean, technically there is a comparison between the two because they're both like creating their own kind of worlds. Okay. And that's the thing too, that like even our animals, tell us, non-verbally. Children, often rely on nonverbal communication. Not all children are, some kids have, you know, different forms of, are on the spectrum, right? Um, you know what I mean? So just just keep that in mind, right? Collective, how that's going to resonate with you through this reading, okay? So you could be somebody too that has helped folks say that um have differences in their abilities than you, in those terms, okay? By way of volunteering or something, right? And I feel like these people, yeah, they want you under the spell, like you don't know anything about the world, like you just, like you just got, I don't even know what. So, well, I guess we'll see. I'm gonna pull some cards. Okay. So I guess we'll get into it now, but I'm gonna move this incense a little bit because it's like going just about right up my nose. And I do like incense, but sometimes it gets a little strong. Also, you guys, please do like the video or subscribe to the channel. And as always, my Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal link is in the upper corner there. Also, you can get to that through the video description, okay? But no, I'm not doing any live personal reads right now unless I'm doing, on-site event type stuff. So, yeah, let's do some fun cards. Why not? Sometimes when the message feels a little heavy, it's good to have some. some fun stuff, okay? So we're popping out. 2025, we're popping out, right? What's that song, Diana Ross? I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. I want the world to know. Gonna let it show. I'm coming. Is that what it is? Anyway, I'm sure somebody out there knows way better than me. I know a lot about music and I am a musician. You can find my other channel at Ophelia's Band, the same as my PayPal and Venmo Cash App link. So if you're in the mood for some music tonight, head on over to that channel and see what you may find. Maybe you're going to get inspired. Often I do channel songs along with the messages and movies, so that's why I like to highlight those earlier at the beginning of the reading. Oh my gosh, here she is again. This is hilarious. I was just singing, and just Sharon Stone doesn't pop out. She always pops out in my readings. Okay, there was a movie on tonight too called Gloria, which I completely forgot that she was in, where she plays like some kind of like I don't know, washed up or, kind of, a little, she's been through it a little bit, like mob girlfriend, okay? And I was just on tonight, and I've been thinking about her and her blonde hair a lot of times when it comes to Renee's readings. And yeah, she had some kind of dirty roots, like dishwater blonde roots or whatever in the movie, but she's still blonde. You know what I mean? It's just you think of her as a blonde character in the movies, right? And if you think about it, a lot of Italian women have dark hair, so wouldn't you be the envy of everyone if you could pull off a blonde hairdo? Of course, she's going to have blonde hair in that movie. There's no way she should ever have dark hair in that movie, Gloria. I'm just saying. If it was ever a question in Hollywood, I'm just saying, keep Sharon Stone blonde as long as she wants to, right? Sharon, I'm all with you on your um, artistic licensing as an actor and all. Right. Alfred Hitchcock famously loved working with blondes. He being a very interesting character himself. However, um, yeah, he did have a blonde prototype. Okay, Sharon kind of reminds me of some of that. Um, type of uh, other actresses. Okay, especially because she's played in some thriller roles as well. So, collective, there might be some kind of um, thriller element happening. Um, and I don't want to say you have like a crazy ex or something, but some of Sharon's movies, you know what I mean? Like in Basic Instinct, where she's like a little off kilter, right? You know what I mean? Let's face it, it's like, yeah, we love Sharon Stone in movies, but we don't necessarily want to, be involved with those characters. And that's what Michael Douglas finds out, right? In Basic Instinct. He's like, whoa, 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 this is a little too crazy for me, a la Britney, shaving her head. But I mean, poor Brit. I mean, really. Can you imagine the pressure at that age with the paparazzi harassing you and chasing you? And I mean, anyway. The way there should be stalking laws, for some of these things, anti-stalking laws, in my opinion. But I mean, I understand people are, celebrities and they choose a certain life and stuff, but they are human beings as well. They should be able to, peacefully be able to like, go about their lives. Isn't that what all the events are for? Like to get, you know what I mean? To get all the snapshots and all that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, once a day. All right. What are you doing, collective, at least one time a day in the new year? All right. Are you exercising? Are you meditating? Are you reading? Something that you've committed to do. Okay. A lot of times when people go into the Lenten season, it's about giving things up. But another way to think about it is like, what's something good that you can do for yourself? Well, um, instead of saying, well, I have to give up chocolate, maybe you'll say, well, I am going to give myself 10 minutes a day of walking. And, maybe then you'll be less motivated to eat so much chocolate. I don't know as a side effect. You know what I'm saying? Things like that can occur with just like changing something really small. But think of it as giving yourself an opportunity instead of taking it away. Okay. Sorry, I don't know. Even my teeth, I'm trying not to like spill anything. Oh, you can't see the doll. She's in the bathroom. She's resting peacefully. Looking out for number one. All right. So yes, don't feel selfish either if you're like, look, I'm just trying to take 10 minutes a day here to do something for myself. Why is that such an issue? Right? And especially if it's only one time a day collective, because think about all the things that you might be doing for somebody else. So 11 also might be significant for you. Some of you might be starting to see angel numbers as well. If that's something that interests you, do check that out. Okay. Some of you could just need some good old fashioned outdoor, good for the soul, sunshine, walk in the woods or whatever the heck you do. Okay, but be careful when you're walking in the woods, like maybe like have your dog with you or a friend or something, right? Anyway, yeah, we're gonna keep going here. Yeah, a second. Okay. Sure. The music of Etta James may be significant for somebody. Chess records. Oh, oh my gosh. Listen, listen. It's okay. Yeah, we're not getting ahead of ourselves. Okay, so somebody is seeing you have a lot of sex appeal, kind of like Sharon Stone. Okay. Um, sees you maybe as somebody who's able to flirt. Maybe this person would like to flirt with you, but afraid they're going to look crazy. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're going to look awkward or something. So let's see what else can be. Jealousy. Ooh, yeah. This person could even be get crazy with jealousy because they see that you're attractive to other people. Okay. They don't want anybody else looking at you. It's just there's like a little green-eyed monster like behind one eye that's just like just waiting for somebody to do something so that they can just like pop off. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So, right, relax. So whoever this person is, you might need to like, um, if you're watching this, breathe, Like, I don't know, man, sweat it out or something. Go to the sauna. You know what I mean? Go to the gym. Like, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. There could be some news regarding this collective. Okay. Um, hmm. Are you dating anyone? So whoever this person is, collective, I feel like they are single right now and they want to know if you are also single because they see you very attractive. They are very interested in resolving these feelings, okay, of jealousy. Okay. Um, but I feel like they're not sure how you would react to that news. Okay. Um, so whoever this is, I feel like if this is the right person, yeah, they're not going to be crowding you. They're not going to be, just like one time a day. Like they're not going to be trying to like dominate your time and all this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? 'Again, the free way to support the channel is to like the video. You could also subscribe. And if you are subscribed, you have the option of hitting the notification bell, which will send a push notification to your phone if you do, say, YouTube notifications. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so collective, I feel like this person could be feeling left out a bit. Okay. Especially if they're seeing you receiving this attention. Okay. They could be concerned that they don't have enough. Okay. Or one time they might have looked at you as not having enough, or like maybe they thought they were gonna have to like spend too much money on you. Um, and now that they're not doing this anymore, it's kind of like feeding this jealousy because now they're wondering, okay, well, maybe if I had, you know what I mean? Like, well, then who is, or who did I lose the opportunity to? Okay. And I think what happened is this person ended up spending that money on other people anyway, and it didn't really turn out well, you know? 2 of Swords. Mm. So, collective, you might be relying on your intuition right now versus like what you might be hearing, because what you might be hearing, this, news may just be like conjecture. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I heard they were looking for a new job, or I heard they were out with so and so last weekend. I heard, whatever. And really what I feel like you're doing is focusing on your goals so that these types of things don't impact your decision making in a negative way. All right. So yeah, you're definitely relying on your intuition at this time, is heavily what I'm getting here with this Two of Swords. The King of Cups. Yeah, so this could be Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces have that aspected in their chart that wants to know if you're with anybody right now. They want to make you the first thing they think about, in the morning or last thing at night type thing. Um, yeah, there is kind of a youthful energy around you. You could also be younger than this person. So that could be another reason why this has been an issue, because if they're older, it's like they feel like they're supposed to be wiser and therefore have more. And if they're struggling at all, then they are feeling a little vulnerable, like coming towards you. And so they feel like, anybody else that's getting your time, it's like really bothering them right now. Yeah. I guess we'll get the Lover's Oracle since we're in this energy. This is so feeling like alive, you guys. This is crazy. Anyway, sometimes things just turn out. I'm just glad I was able to do this reading for you. So I was questioning that over the last couple of days here. So yeah. So this is interesting who this King of Cups is for you, collective. I mean, or are you this King of Cups and you're dealing, you have a specific feminine in mind, right? And for some of you, you may have, previously been having some financial issues, but now they may be resolved enough that you're feeling again, dapper, right? Dapper Dan to the rescue, right? So let's see what the Lover's Oracle has to say about this. Don't treat me the way you do. I don't deserve it. Okay, collective. So you may have walked away from this situation at one point in time. Again, one of Sharon's most famous movies, Casino. She plays kind of like a bad mom, and doesn't treat her husband very well, right? Does he deserve to be treated that way? No. She has her reasons, but at the same time, it's like he didn't deserve that, or neither did her kid, and all this stuff. So you may have had that moment, collective, where you just needed to tell this person, and they could be feeling left out now, but it's like, but when they were pushing you out, did they care? When she restrained her kid and went out drinking. I mean, right? It's like we're okay. Like they didn't have money to hire a babysitter, right? And some people be like, well, he was controlling the money. No, she always was getting money. You know what I mean? She was always getting money. So it's like some people are very enterprising when they want to be, right? But they aren't the ones that want to be spending on anything except themselves. It can only go so far. Look, drugs and alcohol, jealousy. This person could also be in some financial distress because of drugs and alcohol. That's one of the things that she gets caught up in the movie, right? And her ex is like an addict, right? And always getting money from her and stuff like that too. Okay. Um, this person could also be treating their jealousy of you being around others with drugs and alcohol. Even in the movie Casino, he drinks, what I mean, to cope with the situation, right? You know what I mean? Sitting there trying to think about it over a drink, and it's like it's not working, right? It's not soothing their jealousy. It's only making them feel like worse, right? And sometimes that's what happens in this Four of Pentacles when you're trying to hold on to something so hard. I don't want to be who I used to be. You deserve better. Okay, maybe this is because this person gets wrapped up in toxic behaviors here, such as drugs and alcohol. So for you, collective, this would not be news, right? This would be like, look, you know, I know this person, and unfortunately, who they used to be is all I know, right? And maybe collective, your chances at helping that person have expired, right? Now it's time for them to go talk to somebody else. Yeah, I can't handle your love. So maybe collective, this King of Cups is feeling a little emotionally unstable. Yeah, not being able to come out and say what they need to say. So they could be concerned that you're also dating somebody else anyway at this time, right? Like this person might have kind of like put themselves together just like enough now that they're curious about you dating anyone, but they're not really sure that they could even like go through with it because they're, like, are they actually at that level? Because in the past they haven't been, right? And that's what you know about them very well. Even though they say this and they say that, but it's like, what are they actually doing, right? You know, and it's like, okay, well, maybe this next time at rehab will work for you, but no, you cannot come and stay at my house afterwards. I can't do it this time. You know what I mean? you know, you might have to seek out an organization or a social service or, something else. There's certain points collective where you have to draw boundaries, right? So that may apply for somebody here in some situation, especially if there's kids involved, right? Because a lot of times those people will use the kids as, you know, that's what the woman on Dateline did, and it was her new husband that ended up going to jail for killing her former husband. Why she's not in jail, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of glad they put that Dateline on there so everybody can see what a scumbag she is. And what she did was she used her kid, their kid, a child, used this child as a pawn to turn the system against a friggin' nice dentist in the community. And you know how hard it is to go through dental school? And expensive. All this woman wanted was a bigger house to show off. His friend said this guy was not like this, that he was like embarrassed even to like, be in this, like, he thought it was like too big of a house, or you know what I mean? And then she just wanted this stuff to show off and stuff. Yeah, how is she not in jail? I don't know. I don't know. But if you watch the Dateline, you might get a little mad about it because the investigator, even now afterwards, the way the investigator, and I talked about this in another video, so obviously it's bothering me. But even then, the investigator afterward, after the whole thing, and even after this guy's been convicted, there, it's like, you didn't think that it was out of line to not be questioning this guy? No, no, no. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, you have, it's people who have all this evidence right in front of them, and they still don't want to change nothing. Still don't want to change their mind. It's like they just want to keep having that little head in the sand, right? Like the Roadrunner. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyway, but yes, there are greedy people out there that will try and do that kind of stuff. They exist and they come in nice little packaging, right? And they can act cute and sweet for a little while, can't they? Right? And then all of a sudden, exactly, because their greed knows no bounds. It's a lack mindset that they have. Okay. So this can be people that have $0 in their pocket. It can be people that have $1 million in their pocket. Some people just have that kind of mindset. You know what I mean? You ever know people that like they have decent money and they don't like hardly tip when they go out to eat? Well, it's on principle because I don't feel it. No, you're just being a cheap asshole. If you want to go out and be served by people and treated, okay, as you deserve some service, then you need to pay for it. Don't be a jerk. Take your political crap to your backyard and grill your own damn steak if it's that important to you. Okay? Because everybody's job has value, all right? That's why I had to say that at the beginning of the video. I've sat next to CEOs, I've driven, you know, all sorts of people around in Uber. Okay? I've detasseled corn, all right, with my bare hands. Okay? I got a lot of varied experience out there. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So, a collective, whoever this person is that feels very attracted to you, um, they're hoping you feel the same way. If you are curious about that, do definitely explore that. All right. Um, especially if you're in this energy, this Sharon Stone type energy, because you must be exuding some kind of confidence, some kind of romantic effort, okay, that is making you attract the right people, okay? And also, you may have been putting up boundaries, right? So, the little riffraffs just can't get in. That might be, some of the energy that you feel around. It's just all this little chatter, right? Some clucking hens, basically, right? It's like, I don't know who appointed you inspector of, my chicken coop, but you can stay over there. You know what I mean? Most you're here to buy eggs. I don't need to talk to you right now. Yeah, children, your love life is being affected by children. So especially if you're trying to move on, I feel like whoever some of this jealousy collective could be from an ex-partner, right? And yeah, it's like, look, unless you're calling me specifically about the kids, their school, the drop off, the whatever, like we don't need to, you know what I mean? Like we don't need to hang out, right? Oh my goodness. Not everybody has that kind of relationship collective. And sometimes, those boundaries are good because then it encourages people to actually move on, right? Instead of clinging to a past that, you know, when you look back at it, like what was it built on? You know what I mean? So don't build the castle's made of sand, you know. Pay attention to the red flags. Yeah, the signs are cautioning you. Okay. So collective, yeah, definitely use your intuition. Whoever this is, you obviously know the severity of whoever is communicating with you. Obviously, I'm reading for a range here. Um, and some of that includes some karmic energy. Okay, but there's definitely this King of Cups here. So for somebody that may be significant. All right. Let's continue here. One more romance angel. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Yeah. So collective, don't take whatever happened, right, the last time into the next relationship. Okay. So if you are this person, maybe it's like maybe you can't handle this love, right? Maybe it's like, okay, um, you're willing to ask if they're dating somebody, you're feeling, emotionally stable, things of you're taking care of yourself, right? um clearing that path means that this is going to be a lot easier, right, the next time around. Okay. Yeah, getting to know each other as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Yeah, you're actually willing, I feel like, collective, to spend time with this person. Okay. Whereas maybe, previously that just wasn't something that was possible with whoever you were with. Maybe you were on different schedules. Maybe, whatever. Maybe somebody else's schedule was to be on somebody else during that schedule. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Right. You're going for better this time. Ace of Cups, something with real loving rewards that you're actually going to feel. Okay. And this is also going to be very healing for you in your heart chakra. All right. So again, you may want to listen to some solfeggio frequencies, you know, stuff like that, especially if you have any trouble resting. Um, may be good for you, okay? Or at least can help you meditate, okay? So I'll get a little bit of clarification here, and then that's going to be about it for the reading. Yeah, my dog's ready for her snack. Here in the background, looking, making shots. Okay, ready. Real true. You said go. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so moving from the five to the six into something more balanced. Okay, so yeah, you might now want to explore these romantic feelings because you're feeling more balance in the situation. Okay, somebody expressing themselves to you, somebody respecting your boundaries. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. That could be what they're jealous of as well, seeing you get that. And then they're here holding on to every dollar they have, right? Especially if there's any child support issues involved or court payment, you know what I mean? People get, but it's all fun and games when it's your money they're draining, right? Yeah, they ain't got no problem doing that, do they? See, this is collective why you are using your intuition. You're like, I don't care how many social media posts you show me of this, they could be feeding the freaking poor, okay? You've seen the other side too many times, all right? You know how a tiger hunts down its prey, okay? Yeah. Save that gimmick for somebody else, right? That's their karmic journey, not yours, right? You already done learned the lesson, right? Some of these people just think it's just like an endless, you know. It's like no, there are limits. People do have limits. Even in Vegas, there's limits, right? Yeah, Empress. So I feel like collective, you're being very protective over what you have gained, what you're maintaining, right? You're paying attention to those red flags. You're not just listening to whatever somebody's words may be saying. You're like, okay, your words say this, but what are you doing every single day? You know what I mean? Or, is this person still wasting their money on X, Y, or Z? Right? Is this person still too proud to get on public transportation to go to a job? I mean, that seems ridiculous, but that's how some people's mentality is. Lack mindset. I mean, town I live in, I see, you ever see pictures of China? People on bicycles everywhere, Netherlands, going to work, whatever, you know. They're not paying bus fare, I guess, and saving on gas, right? And not paying car insurance, not paying for car payments. So it's like you're really investing very, very little money in order to get a very high return if it's for an employment. But I mean, I guess yeah, King of Wands, so collective. Wow, Four of Wands, you guys. The heck is oh my God, the Emperor. Look, and you have the Empress over here. I feel like this is what's happening. This look, it's oh my God, I cannot make this up, you guys. That's the truth. Yeah, you're gonna be reunited with an emperor. You're not gonna be worrying about this King of Wands or this King of Cups because neither one of them can handle your love. These could be two separate exes that you have. This could be what you're using your intuition for because there's maybe two exes coming towards you, one King of Cups and one King of Wands. Neither one, stepping up to the plate, but guess who has? Your emperor. And somebody that wants to be with you. Okay? Let's see. I got a few more moments here. I'll leave you guys with some more funsy cards, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? I like this Lightworker deck. I really enjoy it. It was a gift too. One of my some group I was on the internet had a gift exchange. So we use the site Elfster to do that. So I got that too. What's this copy thing? Okay. So again, the beginning where it says they wanted you to be under a spell, like thinking like you're always going to be writing diffs reports for them. You know what I mean? Like I even had this kind of happen at my corporate job where it's like they needed my information in order to like understand what was going on. And then they wanted me to write the report up on it. And I'm like, and this one guy comes in and he's like literally the type that's supposed to be compiling reports together. Like that's literally the job that they hire these people to do. Anyway, yeah, anyway. He was like, so and so doesn't make presentations. I was like, well, I'm not his administrative assistant. You know what I mean? I'm not his personal secretary. And that was not even my priority while I was there anyway. It was just like, oh, if you're there, talk to so and so. They need to get some information. And then they want me to do all this work on it. And it's like, you're coming to me, not the other way around. You know what I mean? So don't don't forget your value, right? And yeah, some people ain't gonna be happy when you stand up and say, okay, well, I guess you needed to take better notes. So maybe you can go get your pad and paper and write down that song. Like rewind the video, right? Akasha, your your guidance is divinely guided. Yeah. Don't go against your gut. I feel like collective that has you've broken away from that and now you're putting up the boundaries, right? You're like, no, I'm not your subservient gopher. Okay? Get it through your thick skull. And the thing is like these energies will eventually be shown, you know, they will be guided in their own way. Okay. You don't have to worry about it. All right. But that is the energy. Okay. That is the energy I am reading right now. So you're you're not overreacting, like you're not like the jealousy is real. You know, people that sat around and never applied themselves, yeah, they become jealous haters. Yes, they do. Leap, you go first. The universe will catch you. Yeah, collective, that wheel of fortune. This is what you've been doing. And that's why you're going to get rewarded here. Okay. Your kids as well, if you have children. Okay. Because you've been working on their behalf, right? Like for some of you, you're not going through these legal things, you know, because, for your health. This is to make sure that, your kids get what is owed to them, right? Um, Mm. But you're also, yeah, not stalking and not dependent on whoever, right? Soul family, call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Yeah, collective, you might be getting advice from different people, more inspiring people, people that aren't just like gossiping all the time. You know what I mean? Or if they're gossiping, it's about something. You know what I mean? Mm. That's why you're feeling also protected and able to rely on your intuition. Okay. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Again, use those hertz frequencies. That helps promote healing at a cellular level. Do some tapping. Um, I need to make a full tapping video for you guys so you can see the sequence and everything. Inner temple devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Yeah. You gotta follow what's best for you, collective, right? um, and I feel like for most of you, you kind of have your eyes on that prize. If you're feeling a little testy about it, don't. That is somebody else's energy. That is not your energy. Okay. So I think that's all I'm gonna have for this message. Please do like the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.